What up, guys? I've always been trying to figure out what I can do to add more content to the Patreon, and right now, I'm busy with so much shit that I really don't have the time to... I can't devote the time that I want to devote to doing things, mostly because my computer is very out of date, and if I had the funds to buy games like The Division, which I think is really great, I talked about it on my stream, if you catch my stream, I think it's a fucking great game. I haven't personally played it yet, but there would be Division videos on my channel if I could afford them. My computer's graphics card is a little out of date. It's a 460 GTX, so we're talking about a 2011 graphics card, so that kind of sucks. And now it's slowly starting to be very apparent that I can't run games like beginning with Far Cry 3. I couldn't run the game because it was unrunnable on my machine. Also, I only have like 8 gigs of RAM, so clearly my machine is begging me, please give me more stuff. I'm still good. It's an i7, so it still runs fine. But I was thinking about like what I can do to put more content up on here that isn't something that is that isn't time intensive, something that I can do and post with relatively quick turnaround. And as an experiment, I want to post these little short single-person podcasts. Now, by the way, I would like to make it very apparent. Doing the podcast with Zyback was a lot of fun. I used to do a podcast back when Guild Wars 2 was on its way out called the Crit Cast. I did that with my friend Arthur. But it was just something that I needed someone to be dedicated to being on the podcast with me. And, you know, I couldn't get Arthur when I needed him once a week to talk about Guild Wars 2 and stuff. So that sort of blew over. Zyback, there was no, like, just as a thing, just so everyone knows, there was no falling out. We're not mad at each other. He simply did not invite me to the next one. And he picked up the guy, the black dude, whatever his name is. I don't know. I don't know anything about him. I don't listen. I haven't been listening to the podcast since, but that's what happened. So, and I really would rather do this with another person. That way that there's a, that way there's a back and forth. But it's going to be, basically, to wrap up the idea, it's basically a single podcast. It's a single opinionation, quote unquote, podcast. I only call it a podcast because it's going to be audio only. However, it will be played on YouTube. So, it's like in that middle range where you hear, it's not a podcast, but it's not a video. It's in the middle somewhere. And so for the first one, and I've been recording a couple of these just to see if I feel comfortable enough to talk about certain shit. And if you want to hear a version of this, an early version of it, if you go check out my latest Flame Break live stream on Twitch, which would be from April 2nd. Saturday, April 2nd, 2016. I talk about the Batman vs. Superman film. I talk extensively about how it is just a fucking mess of a movie. And that's kind of what these would be like if you guys enjoy them, which, to show me that you enjoy them, leave likes on the videos via Patreon and whatnot, and I will, and leave comments, talk to me and let me know that it's something that you like, and then I'll keep doing them. But do know that I actually have plans in the works now that I have a job. Now, it doesn't pay very well, and it's not a lot of hours. It's like 25 hours a week. But now that I'm working, I can now plan out computer upgrades and making sure that my machine can run stuff. And all this is good because it'll improve render times. So the turnaround on making videos and series of videos will be much quicker, and I'll be able to buy games, and imagine this, even play them. Oh shit. The last 2 games that I got were given to me for free from the developers because they liked my channel so much. Flame Break was given to me for free, and excuse me, and The Skies was given to me for free. I haven't played it yet. It is installed, but I haven't played it yet. I'm gonna play tomorrow, so to get my hands in it and maybe stream it. But as the first sort of, I don't want to call these episodes because they can range from being pretty short to being ranty long, so whatever they're called. Little moments of crit, I guess, would be a cute way of putting it. The first thing I wanted to talk about officially is Wentworth Miller is an actor, and he's in some kind of show. I think it's called Prison Break or whatever. but I know him from DC's Legends of Tomorrow, which is a great show. I'm sorry if anybody. I am a fan of these lower budget TV shows that are around the DC products. I like The Flash. I like Arrow. I can tolerate Supergirl mostly just because. I mean, that's a low budget show. And speaking of which, the episode where The Flash crosses over with Supergirl, one of the best episodes of Supergirl ever. And my opinion is, someone else wrote that shit. I think the Flash team was doing the writing for the script in that episode because it is a fun episode. It's more fun. Supergirl is like a serious show where it's like, I'm Supergirl, I gotta save shit. And in The Flash is like, there's bad guys, but I'm also the fastest guy on the planet, so, you know, we'll just do shit to fuck them up. So, I like those kinds of shows. And Wentworth Miller is Leonard Snart in DC's Legends of Tomorrow. Very good looking guy. He sounds like a villain. He's great. He's just great 100% of the time. But recently, I saw an article reporting that Wentworth, there was a photo of him from 2010 where he was fat. Not like incredibly fat either. He's just kind of chubby. And then it's a side-by-side. It's him, and then it's his character in the Prison Break. And this was a more modern show where he is very trimmed, very cut, very good-looking body. And the internet was basically making fun of him, like, haha, you were fat. Look at this picture of you when you were fat. And now, but currently he's a very good-looking man. But my concern is with this. Wentworth Miller then, once people made some memes about him, he then went on Twitter and started bitching about how it's not cool to make fun of Wentworth Miller because when that photo was taken, he wasn't acting at the time. He was in between acting gigs and he got depressed and turned to food. That's why he gained some weight. And again, he's not like huge fat. He's not even, it doesn't even look like he's got that many pounds put on him. He's clearly a little chubbier, but it's not a fucking embarrassing photo. And yet he goes on and says, you shouldn't make fun of me. I was depressed. I was suicidal. I turned to food, and picking on someone for being fat is not cool. So fuck you. That's basically what he was saying. And after seeing this article, all I had to think to myself was like, this is fucking dumb. The man is a successful actor. He's not in movies yet. He's well enough as an actor to become somebody to cross over into the big screen, and I hope he does because he's great. But as an actor I respect and that I like a lot, I'm gonna pretend like I'm talking to him, even though he will never hear this, but Wentworth Miller, you need to shut the fuck up. You are successful at what you do. You make a boatload of money as a villain who's an anti-hero, maybe a hero on DC Universe or DC's Legends of Tomorrow and that other show. So you're successful. You don't need to let the internet get underneath your skin. Okay, being an internet celebrity, and I'm not saying I am, but as somebody who puts themselves out there on YouTube, and I am now open to criticism, of course, because there are thousands of videos on the internet of my face and my life and me talking, and I'm not an incredibly good-looking guy either, but you don't see people like me getting upset about it because we're professionals. We understand that when people try to troll you, that's the idea. They're trying to get your goat. They're trying to get you to fucking say something. When in reality, they're not ruining your career by making memes out of you. I think having memes made of you is actually quite endearing, but he just doesn't know any better. So he starts to attack these people. You shouldn't fat shame because I was depressed. Wentworth Miller, that was a photo of you 6 years ago. And you want to drum up a bunch of bullshit about it? That sounds kind of idiotic. I wouldn't be worrying about it. Hell, if you take a photo of me now and then 5 years from now when I'm like really good looking and in shape and someone goes, hey, look at you. You were a fat fucker, you fucker. You were fat. I'm not going to go, why are you making fun of me? I'm just going to ignore it. Or I might even say something like, yeah, I was fat at the time. I had a really bad lifestyle and a poor diet, but, you know, I've changed and I've fixed my shit. Now I'm not fat anymore. It doesn't bother me. Fat people happen. It's a thing. There are fat people. Also, there are people out there who are fat who can't lose weight. People there's There's athletes, professional athletes that I watch who are just fat. But these guys have the conditioning of a professional athlete, and yet they still have fat. They're fatty. Samoa Joe is an example of the guy works out all the time. He lost a couple of pounds in the last year, but he's still chunky dude. So I'm not gonna see Samoa Joe with a fucking six-pack, mostly probably because of his genetics, but still, like, I don't get it. Why would you respond like that? That sounds idiotic and childish. And if a mainstream actor doesn't have the ability to ignore that kind of nonsense, and someone who's on the internet trying to entertain people has that common sense in their brain, there's something wrong here. And I think that sort of tells to the uniqueness of the entertainment medium that is YouTube, in which being genuine with your audience and saying, hey, I'm a person, I'm just a dude, I'm a dude just like you. I go do things, I gotta go grocery shopping, I have a dog, she takes a poop when I take her outside, just like your dog. I think that kind of genuine sort of connection that we as YouTubers have with our audiences is what is unique about YouTube, as opposed to you know, actors in large film where we just get to see, we hear rumors about, oh, he might play this, and oh my gosh, this and that, or she is this and that, and then we see her on the movie, and that's it. And you know, and that's why so many people want to know so much about these celebrities and their real lives and shit, but they don't get that with mainstream celebrities, you know. But with people on YouTube who make it big, you fucking know these people. They're regular people just like you and me. And there's proof of it. And the reason there's proof of it is because you can't fake it. Unless you're faking it. I know that sounds weird, but unless you're like, hi, it's me, John Johnson, with fucking internet news. Today, Lindsay Lohan, blah, blah, blah. Like, if you want to report, I saw a video today of a guy talking about the Flash in the Batman v Superman movie, okay? There's no confirmation that it is the Flash, because there is no point in the film where they say, oh, that was the Flash. Or you see like the Flash logo on the guy. Nope, just a dude in a red suit, barely see his face, and he appears when Batman is dreaming. So it's kind of fucking weird. And it's weird because how would Bruce Wayne know who the Flash is when he doesn't know who the Flash is? You can't dream about somebody you don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I just lost my train of thought. Batman v Superman has fucked my brain all weekend. I forgot what the fuck I was talking about. I forgot. Oh no, I saw a video of a guy reporting about the Flash in the Batman vs Superman. So he's talking about Flash, okay? So watching this guy, he's trying to use like his radio voice. He's a very jacked guy, if you can, you know, he's like a jock wearing a Flash t-shirt that is the color green. And it's like one of those fake faggy shirts where it's like it's damaged, where it looks like it's an old shirt, like, yeah, this is one of my old shirts, but you know, you can buy them like today. I think that shit's fucking lame. Oh yeah, I fucking love Transformers, yeah. So this jacked guy who clearly doesn't know jack shit about DC or comics or anything is wearing a Flash shirt that's the wrong color, and he's spouting misinformation about what he's talking about. Because I saw the fucking movie. This guy's like, you know, he might have been paying half attention to the film, whatever. He just wants to be famous on YouTube. And he's failing at it because he's not genuine enough to have a connection with his audience because he's a fucking fraud. So, yeah. That's really the difference between normal people and YouTubers and big celebrities. So, Wentworth Miller, shut the fuck up. Just shut up and be a good actor, because you are, and you're handsome, and you just keep on doing that. Anyway, guys, just wanted to tell you all about that. Call it a rant, call it a, you know, a hey, sharing my opinion thing. Call it whatever you want. I don't care. I'm just doing this because I want to see your feedback. I want to read it. I want to be able to read it and be like, okay, this is a good idea. I'm going to keep doing this. And if I don't get any feedback, well, I'm not gonna keep doing it, of course. That'd be fucking stupid. Why would I just keep doing? Anyway, guys, don't forget about chunking stuff. Get crit, and don't fucking eat too much because you'll become fat. You fatty. All right. Give me feedback. Don't forget about chunking stuff. Get crit.